Hello guys, welcome to the tear apart video of the Litokalla lii-100 and Litokalla lii-202 chargers. You know them from my previous reviews for each of the models. Usually they come packed in this small plastic envelope with some information and a standard micro USB charging cable. Let's put them aside as we know them from the review. I don't want to talk a lot around it, but the truth is many people do reviews for them, and doing a review is easy. But let's go ahead with the tear apart, which means we're going to open the units totally and see what's inside of these plastic bodies. So let's go ahead and open them. So here we go, these are the two chargers unscrewed. So let's go ahead and surprise, surprise, let's go ahead with the lii-100, see what's inside the package. Here we have a simple plastic bag. Let's put this aside and we don't need this anymore. And here we have a simple controller board, which I'm gonna try to take out. Here we go. It comes out fairly easy, very nice. And does this thing come out? Maybe. Can unload the spring. Yeah, it comes out. There we go. The other side is a simple plastic body. Something just flew out, which is the small part for the pressure switch. Let's put this plastic part aside and let's keep this parts here. On the lii-202, I'm gonna do the same thing. Let's take the, here it seems to be okay, here it seems to be the other way around. I'm just gonna try to lift this. Yes, there we go. Comes out the same way, yes. Here we have the same plastic bag, which I'm gonna put aside. And then here we should have a simple exactly. And I'm just gonna try to take these ones out, very easy, and this side should be easy too. Just unload the spring and take these parts out of here, so you can take a look at them. Just need to be very careful when you're taking them out about these small parts, which are the negative battery contacts, the spring, and especially this solder joint, which is not pretty well made, I have to really admit. But you can see that this joint is very, how should I say, it's not very sturdy, it doesn't look sturdy, so just be careful if you're taking it out. But normal use you wouldn't do this, right? So this is the looks of it. Let's just compare the two. I'm gonna put some macro shots of both right now in the video, so take a look at them. So guys, you took a look at the macro shots, and as you can see right away is on this side is that on the Lito, let me just take the springs out, they're just flying around. So here they are. Just gonna take all these things together, 3 springs, 3 negative poles, it's all here, so very good. So the first thing you're gonna see is that on the lii-100 board you have a single IC unit with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 pins, 14 pin chip, and on the other side you have the same chip right here, and you have another controller. The chip is unbranded, only this one has a brand on it, which you will be able to see on the macro shots. Then we have a very simple circuit actually. We have a lot of capacitors here, a lot of small resistors. It's probably all the protections the whole unit has. But as we have seen in the review, the unit is very useful and it works very well. And even till now, there haven't been any issues. What we can see here, the body has a common positive. and each negative pole has its own connection upwards, let's say. This means that they're probably two channel charging, which means the battery are not going to be, if you put both batteries in, they're not going to be dumped into the same voltage, let's say, and equalize itself, which is obviously not the idea of the charger. Let's turn them around and see what's on this circuit. Here we can see right away um, a big coil, and here we have two of these coils and one of these coils, just like here. I believe that the smaller coil is for the boost circuit for the USB output, as we usually see the same copper coil on most USB boosters, or let's say lithium-ion to USB boosters. These are probably for the charging, but I'm not really current with this. Here we can see again the negative poles coming in here, and these two, or these three we could say, are the positive poles which come through the housing here. If we place the housing on, you can see these are the ones which come through the housing, which you take out, and here they are, the negative poles. The positive poles. The negative poles are these ones, as you can know. The way this works is you simply have this easy, I don't know if I should say easy, but this just goes in this way. Okay, I just try to put it in. Well, it doesn't go in it just simply floats like this. Well, now I'm a little confused. But somehow this gets together, and then you can slide it along as seen in the review. Another thing which I find very interesting on this circuit is that you have the LEDs right here. The LEDs you see for the charging indications are placed right here. These are SMD LEDs, or surface mount diodes. And all of the components here I can see are all surface mount components. The LEDs are quite nice to see. For me it's interesting because you have the simple the charging indications and battery voltage type LEDs here, and you have the 0.5 amp and the 1 amp output LEDs here. The way this works is actually quite interesting. You have this on the upper plastic part, which goes on top of it. You have this tunnels, we could call them. These are long tunnels which go all the way from the LED board, from the SMD LED, all the way up to here. So if we had it on without these channels, if there was one LED on, all the pads would go on and we would not know which one is now lit up. So here we have each LED has its own tunnel, and if I get the camera right, you can see the tunnels go through, and the same thing on this side. You can see that they're kind of lighting up. This is just the way they're working to get the light from the board all the way up here and have each one light up when it should. Another thing I find quite interesting is the way, or the size of it, the way it's arranged, and the kind of button they use. So here they used a very small button, but it still works very well, and it's just simply backward clicking. And here you have one of the bigger ones, but it's basically the same thing, although it makes more noise than on the lii-100. In terms of ports, these are exactly the same. They have their micro USB port and then the usual USB output port. It seems exactly the same. Now what I want to do is just a very quick test. I'm going to use my small power bank here and a cable I have laying around, and I just want to see it light up, or it work while it's, there we go, it's lighting up. And as you can see, it's now on the 0.5 amps, and if I press it, it goes to the 1 amp setting. And it's quite fun. I'm not going to try now with a battery. This is quite risky with the negative here. I don't want to play around with it. But these are the LEDs, and you can see them right away. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't go near with a metallic piece or metallic screwdriver or so to board, because you can easily short it out. But I'm doing it anyway. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 LEDs. And on this board here, you have exactly the same, and you're going to see them light up all just right now. Just so take a look, and you're going to see them light up all. So there we go. So again, you have the half amp, and you have the 1 amp. Let's just switch on the 1 amp charging setting. There we go. And we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 LEDs. 4 on each side for the charging indications. What do I have to say more about the board? Let's just take it out. It's quite risky what I'm doing. Well, risky because I can cause a short somewhere, but it's only 5 volt at the highest, so no issues. What I can say about the board is that the SMD soldering seems to be very clean, and this is, I'm being honest, it seems to be very clean. You can see on the macro shots, it all seems to be very shiny, very clean, especially on the lii-202. The big joints for the positive contacts are very well soldered. They will look very well. They seem to use a lead solder. And on the lii-100 it's also well soldered, but it's not so shiny, but I don't care much. It works. It has worked so far, as I'd said, and that's all I need. The board itself seems to be a very good this kind of fiberglass multi-layer boards, but it seems to be also very well worked, and I have seen some, not to be racist or so, but I've seen some Chinese boards which are very badly made, to be honest. They're just looking around, and then they use bridges because they designed the board not in the correct way, and this one does not have it. It's really well designed. But also, what I have to say, what I've noticed over the past times over buying this kind of chargers is that these are not Litokalla only chargers. What happens is they are offered by various other companies. For example, the only one which comes to mind right now is the Collier. This is another brand, and there are others like even Skill Hunt, which is a very known brand. They use at least the lii-100, I know they have it, and it's exactly the same, so there is no question it's made by the same manufacturer, but it's an OEM or ODM product. On the lii-100, you can see that there is the extension for the switch, which just goes in here and then goes on the board, so it makes the usual clicky sound. Well, this is all I have to say. Now I'm gonna try to put them both together again. If I succeed, it's good. If not, well, maybe another project one day. So, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this small tear apart. I hope you can subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, click the like button. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a nice evening.